Well, guys, Soca Warriors family, my people, each and every one of you watching, shout out to each and every one of you taking the time. All of those who enjoyed the international break, like yours truly, Mark, an MUFC fan, and well, this time, Soca Warrior, Trini Boy extraordinaire. You know how it goes. And I've been supporting this team since I was a kid, the Strike Squad days till these days, and now it's the York boys. And this Soca Warrior family that we have going on here, that one draw to Curaçao, it did hurt us. It was a tough one to swallow. We thought we could have had the lead. We should have had it, but we didn't. We should have scored, but we didn't. There was lots of things that we could have done in that game. We had the momentum going into it, but it was a difficult fixture as we saw it unfold before our very eyes. But football is like that sometimes, guys. And what I can say is that it will get better. And of course, there is still some hope alive. And of course, with some likely situations that could play off in our favor, it might see Trinidad and Tobago improve and do some things. You never know what could happen because, guys, it's a tough one. And of course, this draw is definitely tough. But the fight for 2006 is not over yet. If you look at the table, it looks grim. Jamaica's on 9 points, Curacao is on 8 points, and TNT, well, we sit on five. Take a deep breath, guys. Check this out because it's getting real. And when I tell you this, it's not a bad look. We have performed really well. The results haven't always matched up with the performances, but we are becoming a team that if we don't win, we don't lose. We've drawn more and won more than we've lost in the under Dwight Yorke, to be fair, in competitive competitions. And while some people might say, and critically so, we have not won more than we've drawn and won more than we've lost. Guys, it's a rebuild. We have a young squad, a lot of new faces, and new guys coming into the team who need to learn what it means to play at that top level and to fight in the international scene. And of course, these guys are young. The likes of Dante Sealy, he struggled last night. They got forgot. And the Curacao boys, they know him from his past in the PSV Eindhoven days, playing in the Dutch Youth League. And of course, guys, they played some of those tricks to their advantage. We saw it in Port of Spain, and we saw it again last night in Willemstad. And of course, I would say to you guys, be positive because there is 6 points on offer still. We're not out. We're dangerous. We've got the home crowd. Two back-to-back games at the Hazley Crawford, guys. Now, are you telling me we can't really make it a party in Trinidad? Of course, we're the home of Carnival. We supposed to know the big show. And it's typical Trini to leave it late, leave it all on the line for that one big shine. You know what I mean? Dwight Yorke spoke about this at length in his many interviews, guys, and I have to repeat that because at the same time, yeah, we should have had a victory at home versus Curacao. We should have won the game against Curacao, and that's not even me making fun or joking. It's normal. We should have won that game. It's pretty much uh, unlikely that we would have lost. And it's pretty much worse that we draw, to be fair, guys. When you look at all things considered, we are better than them. We've outperformed them by every metric on both times, both occasions, but yet we walk away with 1 point on both occasions. It means that clinically is lacking, but the qualification part is still there for Trinidad and Tobago, guys. I want to assure you that this is something we certainly have to look forward to. We certainly have to be present for and make sure that we are there. Because guess what, guys? Even if by some way we are unable to top the group because Jamaica goes past 11 points, or Curacao defeats Jamaica and goes past 11 points, we can still be the best second place finisher, according to all stats and according to CONCACAF.com, the best second place finisher in the other groups at max can get 10 points. So Trinidad is in a unique position where we can achieve 11 points from the last two fixtures, the toughest of which, Jamaica. And it all begins and it all ends with Jamaica. If we defeat Jamaica, their last game against Bermuda will be very interesting. Yeah? And and then we also have Bermuda at home. So it gets really, really interesting. Jamaica also plays Curaçao on their final day of play. So, which means if we take full 3 points versus Jamaica in our fixture on the 14th of November, it's a strong, strong situation where Jamaica must win versus Curaçao for them to qualify, because we would then be on 8 points facing Bermuda, which I would say, guys, it's very much likely Trinidad will get that 3 points and go to 11. However, Jamaica facing us before they face Curacao in their final match makes it very difficult for them. Bermuda takes on Curacao when we take on Jamaica on the 14th. And if by some luck Bermuda is to draw or win versus Curacao, then Trinidad could be the only second place qualifier once we defeat Jamaica. We will definitely be second place no matter who wins between Jamaica or Curacao. If by some reason Jamaica draws with Curacao at that point and moves on to 10 points, it's still not good enough for them. And also, even if Curacao wins on 11 points and draws, well, they will be the top qualifier and then would be Trinidad and Tobago. So I think we need to put Jamaica in a situation where their last game is a must win. We also need to hope that Bermuda could find a way to get 3 points or get a draw versus Curacao to also force their last game into a must-win situation. Dog eat dog. Because then Trinidad boys, we can come out like the Orioles stalking in the background. It will be an interesting situation to see what happens there, but dang, it's a definite must win. And the focus must be with Jamaica because we must get 3 points. We must win. And if we win Jamaica, we also take away their lead on us with goal difference. They have a +8 situation going on. It's a situation where if we were able to score three or maybe score 2 or 3 goals clear of what Jamaica dishes out on the day in Port of Spain, if we concede, then it's a situation where we are in the positive +2 and we already have +2, so that's now +4. We will already overtake goal difference with Curacao. And if they concede versus Bermuda, then it makes it all the more better for them, guys. And this is what we have to say. It's going to be very interesting. It's left very late. Yorke certainly did not want this to be the scenario, but certainly this is the case for Trinidad and Tobago, and we must focus on these 2 wins. 6 points, get ourselves there, 11 points in the conversation, and 100% puts us in a situation where we are able to compete with the best of the rest. And of course, guys, I would say that, we definitely didn't want to be in a situation where we are going to face tough competition, because the playoff round is going to be very, very difficult for Trinidad and Tobago. And guys, I'm saying this not because I don't think we could win, but I'm saying this because it's going to be very difficult because the teams that are coming into that round come from different backgrounds. There's going to be an African team, there's going to be an Oceanic team, there's going to be a team from Ball. And then there's going to be 1 or 2 other teams. It's 8 teams in total, and they are all vying for 2 spots, the 2 final World Cup spots. And it's going to be difficult. Now, I think Jamaica is a more depth-wise squad built for that sort of thing. Now, if Trinidad must, we must. And if we go in there with the newly appointed grandfather law, there will be some players coming in. And of course, I think maybe we get some of the best we possibly can. Because to go into those fixtures, I'm pretty sure the teams that will be qualifying for those rounds are teams that we can certainly beat. Ghana has already qualified for the World Cup. We've seen Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica play against Ghana before. And the distance is not that great. If you look at the two Trinidad teams from then and now, then this Trinidad team currently will certainly give them a much better fight, probably even give them a run for a victory. And with Jamaica being one of the most physical teams in the CONCACAF region, I think, playing against them and the form that they've shown now, if Trinidad get a victory against them and do get to 11 points and still by some way, shape, or form has to go into that qualification process, we will be going in there with a level of confidence and momentum and preparedness that we hadn't before. And I think it changes the dynamic and it gives us the opportunity to possibly qualify even in those situations. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that, my brother. I heard that. I heard that. But yeah, this goes sometimes with him. I mean, not too sure, but I think Stiller is going to be the guy, to be honest. I just want to put that out there for you, just in case. Yeah, I'm still putting my money there. You know what I'm saying, bro? To be honest. But what I have to say right now is where the this thing gets really tricky. It's not entirely in the hands of the Soca Warriors, guys, but I just wanted to give you guys a brief look for those of you who hadn't seen, what took place last night, and for those of you who, really and truly think that maybe it's something that the Trinidadians and Trinidad and Tobago really didn't perform too well in that game, and we're just all crying because we are losers or whatever. But at the same time, what I will say to you guys is this: we had a decent performance. You know, I think we over the two legs we were the better team. So let's just
Out
break
onto
this
the pitch.
down really quickly, guys. You know what I mean? I'm gonna turn the sound off so there's no situations there. But what I can tell you is if you look at this situation, look at how many chances Trinidad have. That particular chance there, was one of four chances we had before they had that free kick there. And if you look, hold on. I need to adjust this. My goodness. My goodness. I thought I adjusted this thing the right way. Okay, cool. So if you look at this, guys, I'll have to bring it back a little bit to the start of the first play of action. Of course, the home team in their blue. And as you can see, the ball over the top immediately. Trinidad, on one moment, we had this attacking situation here. That touch really going really close, very close. And then the mistake from Rio Cardenas there, unable to get good purchase on the clearance, the ball falling there after the mistouch to Kenji Gori, as you can see, and Kenji Gori dispatching it, you know. But none of the Trinidad there dominated nine corners, so many chances. That ball there coming off the post, corner after corner, header after header, miss chance after miss chance. But then this final control and that strike from the Speedy Saint and the speedster. Get Spicer, Tyrese Spicer, guys, look out for Tyrese Spicer. I think he's coming to the Premier League very soon. And I'm going to warn a lot of teams. I am one of those guys that were extremely critical of this guy, but watching him level himself up playing for Trinidad in the last couple months, yeah, I can see a Premier League team doing good business there. Maybe a Sunderland, a Palace, maybe a Everton, or maybe, a Newcastle. But this guy, he will be something. If he gets to the Premier League, he's going to be a terror on the left-hand side for a lot of teams. And I'm telling you, looking at our performance there, I have to credit Dwight Yorke because he certainly coached confidence in this team. He's certainly shown that this team can play football, attractive attacking football, and not only play some attractive attacking football, but we can also do it while we have to make changes to the squad. These are young players. The oldest player there is that guy, Kevin Molino, that you last saw, the guy with his hair cupped like that. He is the most senior guy in the team. All the other guys are youngsters right now. So I plead with all of my fellow Trinidadians and Tobagonians, support these brothers. They had a hard run. We could have had some better results. Of course, this result was not good enough. We needed 3 points here to really blow this group wide open. But we are still in. Hope is not lost. Yeah, our World Cup dreams are still alive. And if you agree with me, please let me know in the comments. Drop down, come in, whether it's a non-live or not. Let me know what you think about it based on what you see here. Where can we go? What do you think if it's realistic? Do Soca Warriors' hopes, are they still alive? You know what I mean? I think they are, but of course, I am not the be all and end all. You know what I mean? Of course, you are the superstars and the amazing people here. So it's up to you guys to decide where and what and how and if Trinidad and Tobago really has a chance because your support really is going to carry them over the line, guys. And 2 wins versus Jamaica and Bermuda to get to 11 points and back into World Cup contention, I think we can do that. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of murmurs in the next 3 weeks as we build up towards the 14th of November. But guys, support the guys. And of course, I expect Dwight Yorke to include some new faces into the squad because, of course, the grandfather law is there. And like I said to you guys, we had some guys come in, but they are not the only ones we have been looking at. We have been looking at a lot of different talent. And I think one or two of the guys who offered to come, they weren't able to play because they did not have their passports yet. So we'll see how it goes. It's a technical situation, but after 4 games, this is where we are. And of course, we expect it to be better off. But, the results weren't always in line with the performances. It's a shame because the performances have been very, very good. Our worst game came against Jamaica, and we still were the dominant team in that game. 9 shots, 6 on target, with no goals, with 1 goal to show for it. And to be fair, Jamaica had 4 shots, and their and 3 of them were on target, and that killed our game off. Mistakes and mistakes, and this time, one mistake cost us 3 points. Again, what I could say is that we've seen some good recovery from the lads, some good courage in their performance to come back after going down to a difficult mistake and then getting themselves on equal levels and taking control of that game like they've done so many times against this team. Yeah. So, guys, I think there is some certain hope left. There's still a chance. And while there's still a mathematical possibility, especially with the fact that getting to 11 points makes us the best of the second place qualifiers, even if we finish second, we will be going to the playoff round. So, guys, stay tuned for more. It's been your boy, Mark Ken, telling you what's up. And you know what it is. The Trini boys rise. No one can stop it. The Soca Warriors will be there. And if it's a World Cup year, we must be there. Shout out to you guys. Have a great one. And of course, I'll see you again on the next one.
Baby.